Hi Libra, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-December 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as OVM firmless, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. The way it works is I'll get the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Then we'll pull some oracle cards to help with the bridge and the gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. Also, keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the card to the left as your energy and the card to the right as the other person's. If you feel it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have desire. So this is the equivalent of the Chariot in traditional tarot. And yeah, it could just be saying that you really felt a strong pull toward this person. You might have felt like there was something about the connection that seemed to want to pull you forward in life as well. For a small percentage of you, this might have been someone you met through work in some capacity. But yeah, either way, I feel like this is just saying, you might have felt like there was energy of the connection being faded to an extent. Past energy on their side, we have the Queen of Wands. So if we look at the facial expression, right, and the overall body language, this person seems like they might have just been a little bit frustrated, possibly a little bit impatient. I don't necessarily feel like it's directly related to this connection. I feel like this is just more of their general energy that they were in the past. So whereas you might have just been a lot more focused on the energy of the connection, they seem like they might have had other things on their mind in the past. All right, and present energy on your side, we have the Four of Arrows. So this is a Libra energy here. But yeah, this could just be saying that you might feel like there is an energy of healing within this connection as well. So like I said, you might have felt the strong pull toward them. And for some of you, that could potentially be why, right? There is something about the connection that is meant to help with the healing process in some way. Present energy on their side, we have the World. So looking at this energy here, for some of you, this could just be saying that, they might actually have a child or possibly multiple children from a previous connection, right? So they could just be trying to put their energy toward that to an extent, but doesn't have to necessarily be that. Maybe this is also them thinking, is that something that they could see in their future, right? If they're not already someone who has children. So they could just be looking at what could play out in the long term within the connection. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Prince of Cups. So this is the equivalent of the Knight of Cups, which is a Pisces energy. And yeah, this could just be saying that you might be more open and expressive regarding your feelings with this person in the near future. I mean, the artwork looks very much like openness within the connection, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was outwardly expressed at the same time. So I feel like this is just saying you might be a bit more expressive emotionally in the future with this connection. All right, and future energy on their side, we have Death. So, I mean, if you look at the artwork here, we see their back turned to the cards on your side of the spread. And also, it doesn't look, looks like a pretty heavy energy, right? So, for some of you, I don't necessarily feel like this is saying this could be directly related to the relationship as far as them ending the connection, right? Because if so, I mean, they certainly don't seem to be happy about it if that's the case. For others of you, this could just be more of what seems to be weighing heavily on them in general, so it could just be one of those things where, and maybe that's what that Four of Arrows is pointing to that in that regard as well, right, where you might see that they are going through a bit of a healing process. So maybe there's that part of you who's trying to be patient with them through that. But yeah, it looks like ultimately they could just be going through a bit of a grieving process in the future for things that they're letting go. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Eight of Staves. So this is Sagittarius energy here, which is your house of communications. Yes, I was going to be saying that, you just feel really comfortable communicating with this person, right? You might actually be the one who tends to initiate more of the conversations. Now, with the birds and all that too, this could be saying that maybe there's a lot of communication at the distance. So maybe the two of you aren't sharing the same physical space with each other at this time, but at the very least, it looks like you have a lot of openness toward the connection. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the King of Swords, so Aquarian energy here. And with this deck in particular, if you look at the person's facial expression, it looks pretty emotionless, right? We see the sword, which of course represents communication a lot of the times, is actually broken. You can see the tip of it down on the floor there. So yeah, I feel like they could just be, again, like I said, it seems like they're just going through a bit of a heavier energy. For the majority of you, it doesn't seem to be directly related to you, but obviously there could be a ripple effect within the connection. But yeah, it seems like there's something that they're trying to go through, and for them, it looks like they might not even know quite how to communicate what it's about, right, or how to talk their way through it at this time. But looks like it could be leading to a lack of their ability to give the connection to the extent that you might like at this time. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix first. We'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles. Alright, and take this card here. And next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So just going to give this a few shuffles now. Okay, take this card. And we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card first. Alright, we have Strictly Sexual. It says this connection is passionate but not enduring. Interesting there, right? Because, well, with the Chariot in this particular deck, it's specifically called Desire, right? The Four of Arrows there, we see the two people in bed together, right? So, yeah, maybe this could just be saying that there is that more physical pull within the connection, but maybe outside of that, right? Again, like we said, it looks like this person has something going on. So maybe on the one hand, they can show up in that way, right? Because it might be a good release for them, but outside of that, right? That could be saying where it might not be enduring because this person just seems like their headspace is in a whole other place right now. But we'll see what the Wisdom Oracle adds to mix. All right, yeah, we have Not For You. So there's the artwork and the number 6. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, this could just be saying that there probably wouldn't be long-term potential there, but we'll see what it says. All right, the relationship message says some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. So yeah, so I would say given that Death card energy in the future, right? And like I said, in the King of Swords, where it just seems like there's something they can't even really communicate at this time. If this does seem like a physical connection and you're fine with that, right? That's one thing. But if you start to notice that that's all the connection seems to be about, that might be your indicator that might not be able to progress past that point. And then once you find that out, you could act accordingly from there. But if that is your situation, hopefully you got something from that reading. We'll wrap up there. Hope you guys have a good holiday season and New Year. Bye.